Hey everybody, how you doing? Mikey's back. Looking through all the cans of unopened dip that I got left to try, and I suddenly realized something. This one's obvious. I should have tried it a long time ago, but somehow I forgot. Um, Wintergreen flavor, one of the main brands out there. For some reason, I haven't tried it yet. Skoal, classic wintergreen, long cut. I don't know why. It's been sitting here for a while. I just haven't got around to trying it. Well, let's cure that right now. This is your typical Skoal can, all the flood warnings, sell by dates, metal lid. Gotta like the metal lid. And I just trimmed my fingernails, so getting this thing open is proving to be difficult, but that's why I have hardware. Anyway, yeah, I installed a shop light up above me. I'm hoping that cures some of my lighting issues. Doesn't look real bad right now. I'm always concerned about lighting and sound. You can have the best lighting in the world, but if you can't hear a word somebody's saying, then the video is not worth watching. So that's why I was concerned about the slight echoiness in this. But from what I've watched a couple of the videos and run some tests, it hasn't been much of an issue. I've got a pretty good microphone on this phone here, so as long as it's not pouring down rain, we should be all right. Okay, and it's open. Smells like wintergreen. There's the cut. Kind of a little bit of a hodgepodge there. Some long, some short, some bits. Yeah. There's the money shot. What we got inside the can. Smells good. Um, yeah, wintergreen is growing on me. I wasn't sure if I'd care for it much at first when I got in the dip. I was gravitating towards the mints. I really like mint. Um, I finished up most of the cans of what I've reopened. Only mint I have left that's open actually is the Skoal Cool Spearmint, which I'm pounding away on that can, and the can of Grizzly Mint that I just opened a couple days ago. I finished off my Copenhagen, finished off my Stokers. Yeah, mints are nice, but I'm realizing I'm finishing off the wintergreens too. Um, Copenhagen's gone, wintergreen, the Stokers is gone, and believe it or not, the Cougar wintergreen. It's a nicotine bomb for me, kicks my butt, but that flavor is so darn good. I've dipped it like 3 times now, and each time I like brace for impact on that nicotine, but the flavor of that Cougar is really, really good. But enough about the other products. Let's try Skoal. Does feel a little on the drier side, not as moist as Copenhagen or Stoker's, which is what I've come to expect from a Skoal product. And I'm dropping some on the floor while trying to get a nice pinch out. There we go. Yeah, that shop light was incredibly easy to install. I forgot how simple those things are. It's an LED shop light. I got it for like 20 bucks. No, 10 bucks on Black Friday like 5 years ago. Starting to juice up quite nicely. It's got some sweetness to it. Um, Feeling a little bit of the wintergreen tingle in there. It's not as powerful as some of the others, but it's not as weak either. Probably the weakest wintergreen I've tried so far would be Husky. That one, you get good wintergreen flavor, but it doesn't have that wintergreen burn. It's just a mellow wintergreen flavor. Um, I'm beginning to think this almost feels like it's got more wintergreen burn than Copenhagen. Hmm. at least initially. Even feeling it on my tongue where I've been moving over with my tongue. My tongue's catching a little bit of that burn. Now on the cougar, yeah, that stuff definitely got some wintergreen burn. And the grizzly's not bad, but if I had to choose between grizzly and cougar, yeah, cougar's gonna win. Plus, finding cougar that's in date seems to be easier than finding grizzly that's in date in my area. Everybody sells grizzly, but whenever time I look at the cans, they're way past out of date. You know, like months. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe they figure if they send all their outdated product here to Redneckville, nobody would notice. I don't know. Hmm, pretty good. It's got enough sweetness to blend in with the flavor. It's not, very cloyingly sweet. The wintergreen is actually pretty good on this. I don't know why I spent so long not trying it. This is a good wintergreen. Not too strong. Excuse me. Not too strong, not too weak. Yeah, I'm impressed. Well, most Skoal products seem to be this way. Not too strong, not too weak. They're a nice, well balanced, evenly flavored product. This is no exception. I believe they make like a wintergreen extra or a cool wintergreen or something like that. I'll have to check and see what it is. They offer a couple variations, and Copenhagen was, I think they call it smooth wintergreen. Um, haven't found too many of those in this area yet, so when I find some, I'll grab them and I'll do a comparison and see what the difference is. But yeah, the wind is blowing. We have a storm front moving in. It's supposed to be this way for the next few days. This morning the sun was out. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And in the afternoon the clouds blow in and it gets rainy and windy for a while. Fall in Oregon. Just wait 5 minutes and the weather will change for you. 1 minute you're wearing shorts, next minute you're reaching for your windbreaker. But yeah. Yeah, here in our area, the weather, basically into June through mid-September is our dry period. We don't get a lot of rain. It's warm and dry. And then the rains start rolling in mid to late September. Just an occasional shower, and then it builds up to this towards middle to end of October. You start getting the storm fronts running through, and then November through March, yeah, hold on to your hat. It'll be anywhere from mildly sunny to, you know, dodging tree branches that fall on the road on the way into work. It can be interesting. We lose power here a few times. It's not that big of a deal. You can always tell when someone's new to the area, they're freaking out in the local Facebook groups. I lost power. What's happening? Oh no! It's like it's a winter storm. The wind is blowing. You're in a small town. Get used to it. You know. So I break out the camp stove and start making myself some coffee in the morning. We could lose power here. All contact with the outside world. My wife and I would be good for probably 6 to 8 months. Easy. And that's without going out and foraging for more food and water. Well, water. Water's easy to get around here. I know several reliable water sources. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, being in the sticks, it's a good idea to become self-reliant. At least have some emergency supplies on hand for a week or two or more. I see it every time a big major disaster hits. So many people are unprepared. It's just sad. It's like, you live in the path of a hurricane. Yes, your power's going to go out. Yes, the Starbucks will be closed. Learn how to make your own coffee with a camp stove. I'm not talking about stuff people who have their houses destroyed and stuff like that. That's extreme. But it's just like people who live in the suburbs who they lose power for 4 days and they lose their freaking minds. It's like, really? When I grew up, losing the power for 5 days to a week was commonplace. All we did is throw a little extra wood in the wood stove and, you know, open up a can of soup, put the pot on the stove. When it starts steaming, you eat it. As simple as that. Yeah, some of the low-lying roads around here flood out every winter. And there's always that one guy, no, I can drive through that, and then the fire department has to go out in their raft and they haul them back in where it's on solid ground, and then the tow company charges them an arm and a leg to hoist a cable out there and haul his soaked truck back in out of the floodwaters. It happens every year. I'm liking this wintergreen. It's very similar to Copenhagen. Naturally, are all part of the same family, but it's different enough. You know, the ratio of sweet to wintergreen is different enough to make it enjoyable as well in a different way. It's juicing up quite nicely. Flavor is really good. I'm still feeling. I've been rambling on here for 10 minutes now, and flavor's holding up good. And as a Skoal product, if you're new to dip, I've only been doing this for a couple of months, so take my advice with a grain of salt. If you're new to dip, Skoal is hard to beat as a newbie dip. Skoal and Stoker's. Those are the two places I suggest you start. I can't wiggle this finger very much anymore. Arthritis is and tendonitis gets to me. Sorry. 2. I have to put some effort into moving that finger anymore. Stoker's holds together great flavor. Nicotine's not overboard. I heard a lot of people say, Stoker's is light on the nicotine. It doesn't have any. Yes, it does. Those guys have been dipping Grizzly Wintergreen and Kodiak for so long that when they go to Stoker's, Copenhagen, Skoal, they don't feel it at all. If you're a newbie like me, I used to think I could hold my nicotine from smoking cigars, but the nicotine release between cigars and dip is night and day. Cigars, you enjoy your nicotine slowly over the course of however long it takes you to enjoy your cigar, plus the strength of the cigar. Dip, nicotine hits you in a matter of minutes, and in some cases it hits you all at once. So yeah, it's definitely a different animal. So if you're a newbie, you're considering trying dip for the first time, I would recommend you go with a Stoker's product or a Skoal product. Which flavor? That's up to you. So get a couple of different kinds, try them, see where your tastes guide you. Do you like the sweeter stuff, the wintergreens, the mints, the straights, or do you like the more natural stuff with some salt in it, like the naturals? Chewing tobacco, don't worry about it. Nicotine levels are so low in chew, don't worry about it. Pick one you like, stick with it, or enjoy a rotation of them like me. I'm not the kind of guy to find one that I like and that's all I will dip or chew from now until I die. I'm a variety seeker. I have a bunch on hand. I open them. What am I in the mood for today? Oh, let me try this one and this one, and that's what I'll dip for the day. And then a couple days later, I'll put those back and I'll grab some others. Variety is the spice of life for me, except for women. I'm a one-woman man. Been married for 33 years. So yeah, we're almost psychically connected these days. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, I took her out last night. Yesterday I did a bunch of honeydews and she wanted to go out. We hadn't been out locally. We've went out for our anniversary and stuff. We haven't been out on the town locally for quite some time. So we went out. She likes going to the casino. There's one over in Coos. There's 2 over in Coos Bay, actually, Indian casinos. We went over there and wasted a bunch of money. She does good at the casinos. Me, I might as well save my time. I'll just walk in, give my money to the cashier, and walk out, save myself a couple hours. That's the way it is with me. I occasionally I'll get lucky, but usually it's like, I go in, I'm expecting I'm going to make a donation to the tribe. That's pretty much it. And my wife, on the other hand, she goes in spurts. She won't win anything for a while, and then she's just bringing in the cash like crazy. And it's just like, how do you freaking do that? You know? I don't know. She's just a lucky person, I guess. Well, she married me. You know. Yeah, new guys, chewing tobacco, nicotine levels aren't worth worrying about. Um, for dip, Skoal, and Stokers, they're moderate, maybe low moderate on the nicotine scale. The fruit flavored chews or the fruit flavored dips from Skoal, um, the nicotine's nearly non-existent in those. It's chew level of nicotine on those, so you can dip those and not have to worry about getting bowled over. Once you tried Skoal and Stokers, um, you move into the Copenhagens, see which ones of those you like. Some of them are a little stronger on nicotine than others, but they're all moderate strength nicotine. For a newbie, I would avoid Kodiak, Grizzly, and Cougar. Those guys love to draw out the nicotine in their dips, and if you're not used to nicotine, it will, yeah, you're in for a rude awakening. So, yeah, stick with Skoal Stokers if you're just getting started. Like the Skoal Wintergreen, this is pretty good. A little bit of sweetness, it's not too sweet. The Wintergreen flavor's there, it's starting to die down on me now, but it holds together really well. You don't get floaters all over your mouth. Once you get used to controlling it, then you can dabble into the budget dips, stuff that costs a little bit less. Those cuts are irregular, and sometimes they don't hold together very well, so you get a lot of floater action going. So, use those at your own risk. Um, Longhorn, I finally gotten to the point where I can actually control some Longhorn flavors fairly well. A couple of the others, they keep coming apart in my mouth. I, I don't know what it is. Longhorn mint. I've tried to like Longhorn mint. I can't keep it together. After about 5 or 10 minutes, it starts coming apart in my mouth. I get floaters everywhere. It's like having a mouthful of coffee grounds. I don't know what it is with their mint flavor. The Wintergreen and Straight, I've tried. I can hold those together pretty well now. The mint, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I got a bum can. I don't know, but I can't. It doesn't want to hold together. I got some other Longhorns behind me here in the rotation I'm going to review, and I'm hoping I'll be able to hold those together as well. Anyway, this is Mikey. This is me rambling on about weather and beginning dips while I'm trying out Skoal Wintergreen for the first time. It's a good, I would call it moderate wintergreen flavor. A little bit of sweetness just to keep it interesting. Holds together real well. All this talking I'm doing, I've had minimal floaters, hardly any. Skoal holds together really well. So does Stokers. Stokers is more moist than Skoal. So if you like a moisture dip or something it's easier to pinch and it holds together well on the pinch, I would try Stokers. And Stokers is actually priced like a budget dip, although the quality is like a top of the line dip. I don't know. And I'm at 18 minutes. I've been trying to keep these to under 15. There I go again. I'll let you guys go. This is Mikey. This is Skoal. They're a classic wintergreen for the first time. Don't know why I haven't tried it before. I should have, because I like it. Catch y'all later.